Sports welcomes you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we continue with a terrific matchup in the divisional round. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets.
Michael Badgley set to kick off.
It's Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Michael Badgley will be the first to get this one going. And off we go from East Rutherford. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Red, on red. Hey, go.
They put Strange in motion.
Here we go.
They'll run. It's the man from Virginia Tech, Paschal Tootin. And he's going to be stopped up at the line to begin this ball game.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Second and 10.
Hey, Lion.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to his running back, Paschal Tootin. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. 15-yard pickup there. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
First down, Jaguars.
Hey, run.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Going up top and looking for Andrews. That is fun. What a throw. Touchdown, Jacksonville. They find the end zone here on the opening drive, and Greg, they're able to do it in the air.
Mike, it makes you wonder, is this drive a sign of things to come? I mean, this secondary, they had their hands full there. Are we going to see it repeated throughout the rest of this game, or are they going to have some answers on defense?
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jaguars are out to a 7-0 lead here in this divisional playoff matchup.
Logan Brooks to kick off for the Jaguars.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. 43 rail. Black. Next. Ready.
On the ground, here's the rookie from Southern Cal. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
At the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Love. Finding room at midfield. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
At the 48-yard line.
Set cut.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
Ready. Red 38. 52 blasters. Hunt.
Throwing on second down, Love. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Ready. 50 green. Striker. 3.
On first and 10, here's Love. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
First and 10.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Set. Black 40. Set.
To throw is Love. Oh, that one floated off his back foot. It is intercepted. It's the safety, Darnell Savage.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Lisa 24.
On the ground, it's Tootin to start the drive. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
At the 17-yard line.
It is second and 9.
Rip 23. Hey, Denver.
Lawrence. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's third down.
Tomato.
Here's Lawrence. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Lawrence is going to give it to Tootin. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
Brings up second and 9.
Take right open. Hey, son, this is 11 Agate.
Now here's Lawrence. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's going to be third down.
You know, Mike, There's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
3rd and 9.
Hey, let's go. Hey, Soko, behind.
They put Strange in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Can't tie the game or even take the lead.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
Set, hut. 33, yellow. Hut.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
At the 49-yard line.
Ready.
That's quickly out to Williams. And they'll take this down inside 35. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game.
Yellow.
Nice job there making that happen.
Mega.
Now a run on first down. Space to run inside the 20s. And he'll be taken down.
Jets. First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
One quarter in the books in this AFC divisional playoff. It's the Jaguars on top. More from MetLife Stadium after this. The Jets have it here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with 1st and 10.
Set. 45, white. Rail, yellow. Hut.
Now Love. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
I think now we're starting to see this defense start to make some adjustments. We saw him give up a few plays earlier in the game, especially to this back. So he's someone they have to understand. He's not just going to hurt you on the ground. He also is a threat in the passing game. So nice job there making some adjustments on the back end, and they forced the incomplete.
50, green. Zulu, black. Set, hut.
On second down, Love. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darian Jones.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
Hey, go. Hey, hot.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And this will be incomplete.
We see this so often, they call it sudden change. So they teach defenses, Mike. This is a little predictable here. They teach defenses, if we have to take the field following a turnover or some sort of sudden change situation, expect a deep play, expect a trick play. It's just the way offensive coordinators call plays immediately after taking over the possession. And in this case, the defense was ready for it and falls incomplete.
Second down, Lawrence. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds up at the 30-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
He'll let this one go deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete.
We're not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion. But can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball is over 60 yards in the air. And I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. To throw is Lawrence. And as he threw it, his pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now third and 10.
Go, let's go. Son, there's a hunt. Go.
Lawrence now. He'll let this one go deep for Thomas. That is brought in. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Makes the score Jaguars 14, Jets nothing. Logan Brooks to kick off for the Jaguars.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line.
Ready, set.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Blaster, six. Here we go. Blue striker. Ready.
Love. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be out of bounds here. That's only a gain of a yard.
22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the 22 now, here's second and 8.
Smash, red. Set. Blue, third claws, red. Set, huh?
Here's Love to throw. Throwing left side. And it's taken in by Williams. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Good,
A
green.
gain of 12 yards.
Trouble,
That's
38.
good for a Jets. First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Hut.
Right back to Williams. They connect again. And he's out of bounds, but they take it to the red zone. Inside the 20. A big play for the Jets. A gain of 48.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Set, ready. Black, 95. Set.
Love to throw it on first down. That one incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Down. Ready, ready.
A second down throw for Love. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Set, hut. Red, 38. Ready.
From the gun on third down, it's Love. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal.
Now. Yellow, 22. Hut.
From the gun, it's Love. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Ready. Here we go. White, white. Red, cycle. Red, yellow. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's in the end zone and intercepted. And they will finally get them as he's brought down near the 40-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
From the 39, here's a first and 10.
11, these are 24.
They bring a tight end in motion left. This drive begins with a run by Chitton. He looks forward for maybe a yard. Willie Gay with the stop.
Gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 40-yard line.
Remain here in this first half. Back with more of the AFC playoffs after this. Here's second and 9.
Hey, easy, route.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Open right side. That strains the tight end. This is third and 6.
A 2-yard pickup brings up third and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
On fourth down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. Nicole Hardman deep to return. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds.
Ready, right.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Black, 95. Set.
Here's Love. Catch made, right side by Wilson. A gain of 14. It's good for a quick first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got it. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Ready.
To throw is Love. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. This has been bizarre. From 2nd and a mile, a huge gain, but still short of a first down. Back to throw is Love. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and the Jets have a first down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Hey, green. Go pink. Hut, hut.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
To throw is Love. There's Fant open right side. And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
Got it. Drill green. Here we go. 50, green. Ready.
Now Love. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Yellow.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half.
Man, he fit that one in a tight window. One thing he showed off was his arm strength and his accuracy, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really amount to much.
On the set.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8.
White, white. Let's go. Black, blue striker. 6, mega. Ready.
Here's Love. to the end zone. It's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So, one half in the books. Second half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. These two teams fighting to get to that AFC Championship game next Sunday. Back to it here. The third quarter underway. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Here we go, set. 45, white. Spike, 60. Check, pink, set.
Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. From the 29, here's second down and 5.
At the 29-yard line.
Drill, 52, smash, red. Hut, hut.
Thrown quickly, RPO, that's Taylor. It's a good pickup on second down, but there is a flag down, and this one might not stand up.
Set. Ready?
On play action, Love. Flush to his left. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Okay, ready?
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Set, ready. Ready, ready.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. That's the former #1 overall pick, Trayvon Walker, there to make the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
That's quickly out to Williams. Now he's loose down the right sideline. And he will score. Savion Williams. Touchdown, New York. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Jets are on the board. It's now 14-7.
Jets 7. Mike Batchley set to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. A first down throw for Lawrence. To the right side, he's got Andrews. He's taken down just shy of midfield. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1.
Right at midfield. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll dump this out wide to Tootin. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard. Sets up 3rd down.
Yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Take right open. All right, let's go. Hey, Jim, attack.
To throw is Lawrence. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down.
Focus, all right? Hey, Bill. 13 Luke. Go. Silver.
Now Lawrence. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have a Jags first down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on 4th down.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here as we start the 2nd half.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Red on the red.
On the give, it's Tootin. And he will carry his offense to the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line. Pick up of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard.
Red 23. Hey, Ginger. Jack. 11. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence. That'll be complete to Tootin. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Facial Tootin. Touchdown, Jaguars.
And this is just high-level quarterback play down here in the red zone. The way they teach them their progressions, Mike, it's touchdown, check down. You don't want to take a sack. You certainly don't want to turn the ball over. He knows he has nothing down the field, nowhere to go to his receivers and tight ends. Check it down to your back. Let them do the rest after the catch, and it results in a touchdown.
Logan Cook to kick off
ready to go once more as the kick's away. That one's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Hold up. Y'all can't talk about basic. Hold up. We mighty low Power Rangers. Hold up. Mine also dangerous. Hold up. Y'all talk outrageous. Hold up. Don't cause the matrix. Hold up. Got that touch my savior. Hold up. Give it up, touch my savior.
Wrong. Stand. Down. Set. Go.
Drive will start on the ground. Finding room at the 35. And that changes things. Out of bounds inside the 40s. A big play and a much-needed one as well. A pickup of 44 yards.
6-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
43 rail. Ready?
On first down, it's Love. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up second down.
At the 32-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Set. Watch out. 52. Bull. Ready. Ready.
He'll run it on the inside handoff. And he brings it down to about the 28-yard line. This time it's the veteran, Eric Armstead, on the tackle.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Fight. 97.
From the gun, on third down, it's Love. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down.
Red. 38.
They'll go for it. Love. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
Hey, Ron! Hey, take a shot!
On first down, they'll go with Tootin. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. Second and 10.
Hey, let's go. Hey, kill.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. That is brought in. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 72 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Jaguars will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line.
Ready, set. Red, cycle. Yellow, 43.
Love to throw it on first down. That's caught downfield by Smith. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So a big one there to start the drive. It's a gain of 34.
36-yard line.
Black shot. Set.
On first and 10, here's Love. And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Down. 50, green. Ready?
He'll get this out wide. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 3.
Watch out now.
It's
50.
third and 7.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. 16 yards. Pick up on that one. Good for a Jets first down.
First down.
Trouble. 30.
First
Red.
and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Rail. Yellow. Hut.
From the gun, it's Love. Going left side. And it's taken in by Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
At the 20-yard line.
Ready.
Throwing on second down, Love. He'll go right and find his running back. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got it at the 3. And it'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. First and goal coming up.
Jets.
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here.
First and goal at
They'll
the
be disappointed
2-yard line.
there after giving up the first down.
Ready. Clock. 10. Black. 90. Green Jack. Black Ultra. Slice blue.
Now Love. Forced out wide. And he will wisely just get rid of this one. And set up second and goal.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try it again from the 2. Second and goal.
Here we go. 6. Mega. Bronco 80. Hey, blue.
Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this second down play.
Set hut. Set hut.
Short one there to his tight end, Van. And he'll take it on in. Noah Fant. Touchdown, Jets. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Jets are able to edge a bit closer. So down 2 scores, they're going to roll the dice here with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Red. Done. This side's hot. There we go.
We'll try the right side with Tootin. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 9.
Red on red. Hey, Ginger, tight.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Number 7, Brian.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Hey, Ron. Go. Let's go. Hey, stop. Hot. Red.
Throwing is Lawrence. Hot, left side, it's complete. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Hey, Soko. Hot. Silver.
Handoff, it's Tootin. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Take right open. Lisa 24. There we go. So, this side's hot.
Another run here with Tootin. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up 3rd down. So right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down.
Lion. Hey, tomato. What?
They put Strange in motion.
Here we go.
On third down, it's a run with Tootin. And he's into the end zone. Facial Tootin. Touchdown, Jacksonville. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. Little on now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Jaguars are able to extend the lead.
Jets 14. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Shot. 7. Here we go. Set. Ready.
They'll begin here on the ground. Not much happening there. Just a short game.
Armstead brought him down. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Come on. Set. Cut.
Love. A toss left side. Caught by his running back. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Brings up third down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
That one caught by Smith. 12 yards on that hookup. And the Jets have a first down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to. And certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. Certainly not the biggest gain by any means, but he does a really nice job getting past the sticks, keeping his feet in bounds, and ultimately picks up the first down.
560. Down. 60.
Here we go. One final play. There's fans open right side. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. They are able to do something that's not easy to do. Get a win away from home in the playoffs. For their troubles, got a date next Sunday, conference championship game. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.